Hello future. Today we're diving into how to ace IGCSE Maths, whether you're following the Cambridge or Edexcel syllabus. My goal is to help you make the most of your learning so you can excel in your exams. And if you are new here, consider subscribing for more free resources. Let's dive right in. Now, whether you are teaching or learning IGCSE mathematics, there are some key ideas that can make a huge difference in how you approach this subject. Here are 8 of my top tips. 1. Build conceptual understanding first. Now, too often I see IGCSE math instruction that focuses too much on procedures and not enough on understanding the underlying concepts. Rote memorization of formulas and algorithms without grasping the why can lead to confusion and frustration, especially when students encounter more challenging problems that require creative thinking. Instead, start by helping students understand the concept or principle behind what they are learning. For example, when introducing algebra, emphasize how algebraic thinking helps us solve puzzles or answer questions involving unknown values. When exploring trigonometry, discuss how trigon ratios can be used in building design, or when learning about statistics, show how these concepts can be applied to analyzing sports data or results from a student survey. If you are teaching geometry, use visual aids, manipulatives, or digital tools such as GeoGebra to illustrate geometric principles. And finally, when dealing with graphs, encourage students to interpret them in the context of real-world situations. By emphasizing the why, students will be better equipped to tackle various types of math problems. Remember, the goal is not just to help students pass their exams, but to cultivate a deep understanding of mathematical concepts that will serve them well in their future studies. 2. Follow the IGCSE structure. Clearly stick to the official syllabus topics and assessment objectives. AO1, AO2 and AO3. For Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics 580, 06, 07 or CIGs. MathsPad for Edexcel, refer to the specific syllabus document. For instance, the Cambridge syllabus includes topics like number algebra, geometry, mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, vectors, statistics, and probability. Each topic is then broken down into subtopics and learning outcomes aligned with the assessment objectives. AO1 assesses knowledge and understanding. AO2 involves solving problems, manipulating and applying mathematical techniques. And AO3 requires students to model and solve problems. This means they need to interpret information given in a problem, select appropriate mathematical procedures and techniques, and communicate their solutions clearly. Make sure you cover all these aspects to help your students achieve their full potential. Also, don't forget that the syllabus includes specific content and skills organized by topic. Ensure you dedicate enough time to cover all of them thoroughly. If you need support navigating the syllabus, you can find guidance in the subject introduction section. Additionally, you can adapt these resources based on your students' needs. Finally, it's essential to allocate adequate time for each topic according to its weight in the overall assessment. The assessment grid in the syllabus specifies the percentage of the total marks allocated to each topic, and so use this information to plan your lessons effectively and prioritize topics accordingly. By staying focused on the syllabus and adapting these resources as needed, you can help your students achieve success in their IGCSE mathematics exams. 3. Use past papers early and often. Past papers are an invaluable resource for IGCSE math preparation, so start using them early and often in your lessons. Past papers allow students to become familiar with the types of questions that have been asked in previous exams, helping them to identify common themes and question structures. By analyzing past papers, students can gain insight into the types of topics and skills that have been frequently tested, allowing them to focus their study efforts on those areas. Begin by introducing past paper questions by topic, rather than jumping straight into full mock exams. This way, students won't feel overwhelmed. Teach them exam strategies. Show them how to look for keywords and avoid common traps. Gradually build up speed and accuracy using time drills. Repetition and feedback are key. So, after attempting a few questions together as a class, provide feedback and explain any mistakes or misconceptions. Then assign similar questions for homework and review them the next lesson. This practice not only reinforces learning, but also helps build confidence for the final exam. 4. Teach problem solving, not just procedures. Teaching IGCSE Math should go beyond simply teaching procedures or algorithms. To really help your students succeed, you need to focus on developing their problem-solving skills. One way to achieve this is by presenting students with multi-step questions that require them to combine different algebraic techniques, geometric principles, or logical reasoning. For example, asking them to prove a statement involving vectors and matrices could require them to use properties of vectors, knowledge of matrix operations, and logical deduction. Similarly, a question about projectile motion might involve using equations of motion, trigonometric ratios, and graphical methods. By posing such challenges, you can help students develop critical thinking skills and learn to apply their knowledge in unfamiliar situations. It's also important to encourage students to explore multiple approaches to solving a single problem. This can help them develop a deeper understanding of the underlying concepts and also learn to appreciate the efficiency of different problem-solving strategies. Furthermore, promoting mathematical communication through questions like "Explain your steps" can help students articulate their reasoning and solidify their understanding of the problem-solving process. 5. Use tech and visual resources to your advantage. There are numerous tech tools and visual resources that can enhance the learning and teaching of IGCSE mathematics. Online platforms like Khan Academy, Dr. Frost Maths, or IGCSE Maths Made Easy offer free lessons and practice exercises. These websites provide additional explanations and examples that can help students grasp challenging concepts. Interactive tools like Desmos or GeoGebra are excellent for visualizing graphs and geometric constructions. They allow students to manipulate graphs and explore geometric relationships visually. Games and quizzes on platforms like Quizzes or Kahoot can make learning more engaging and interactive. These tools can help students retain information better by making the learning process more enjoyable. 6. Scaffold your lessons effectively. Scaffolding is an effective instructional strategy that can help students learn IGCSE mathematics more effectively. This approach involves providing temporary support and guidance to students as they work through a learning task. So let's break down how you can scaffold your lessons for maximum impact. Start with an entry task. This could be a quick warm-up exercise or a review of previous learning. This helps activate students' prior knowledge and prepares them for the new learning objectives of the lesson. Next, break down the content into smaller, more manageable chunks. This allows students to focus on one concept at a time and prevents them from feeling overwhelmed. After each mini-lesson, include checks for understanding. These can be informal checks, such as asking questions or having students turn and talk to a partner, or more formal checks, such as exit tickets or short quizzes. By checking for understanding throughout the lesson, you can identify misconceptions or gaps in knowledge early and address them promptly. Finally, end with an exit question or quick quiz. This can be a summary of the main points of the lesson or a quick check to see if students have grasped the learning objectives. 7. Include real-world applications. Real-world applications of IGCSE Math concepts can help students see the relevance and importance of what they are learning. This can make the learning process more engaging and meaningful for students, leading to increased motivation and participation. Let's look at a few examples. In algebra, you can use simple linear equations to deal with real-life scenarios, like calculating the cost of two items using variables. In geometry, you can use Pythagoras' theorem to discuss how architects and engineers use it in their profession. In statistics, you can analyze real sports data or results from a student survey to show the practical uses of mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. You can also use currency exchange rates to teach percentages and rates. When students see that math is used in everyday life, they become more invested in learning it, which ultimately leads to better performance. 8. Regular assessments and feedback. Regular assessments and feedback are crucial for student success in IGCSE Mathematics. They provide opportunities for students to demonstrate their learning and receive feedback on their progress. Regular assessments can take various forms, including homework assignments, quizzes, and tests. These assessments should cover the key concepts and skills outlined in the IGCSE Mathematics syllabus. Feedback is an essential component of the learning process. It enables students to reflect on their performance, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and make improvements. Providing timely, specific, and constructive feedback can significantly impact students' motivation and engagement. You can utilize various methods for delivering feedback, such as written comments, verbal feedback, and self-assessment. By incorporating regular assessments and feedback into your teaching practice, you can help students monitor their progress, refine their learning strategies, and achieve their full potential in IGCSE Mathematics. And finally, I want you to remember this. IGCSE Maths success is about concepts plus practice plus confidence. Students who understand the why, practice the how, and believe in themselves perform best. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep growing.